Hello, everybody. Jess Lowe's with another weekly update from the Structural Building Components Association, better known as SBCA. Looking forward to 2024. That's a lot of what I think everybody's doing right now. We're getting to that time of the year where budgets, also some reviews happening for annual reviews. That's what I've been working on. A lot of what we've been working on as far as the SBCA staff is just kind of getting an idea of what's going to be going on next year. It's a nice time to do that. We're kind of coming up on that. We've got a board meeting coming up in December where hopefully we will approve an annual budget for 2024. But that's where I've been spending a lot of my time, which requires a lot of foresight. What are we doing? What do we want to achieve? And it's hard to get a full year, 14 months out, but that's one of the things that how we go. And again, spotty internet, so I apologize for that. But hopefully we're able to get that solved as well as we go into 2024 as well. But really just kind of thinking about what does it look like? And, we recently formed an education committee. And one of the things I am building into the budget is a hire for a director of education for SBCA. And you think about all the different things we do from education and training, and hopefully sometime I can get into the differences of how I view that. But we do a lot of educational training exercises throughout the year. We've got a lot of different ways. Our OQMs, we include some there. We're going to get better at that. We've got BCMC, which a lot of people attend for the educational sessions as well. So that's a big deal. We've got our learning management, all of our TTT, TMO, all the different things there that we're revamping. We're working on that. Hope to have some, better feedback on that or better updates on that as we get closer to the end of the year. But those are being worked on. We also need to have somebody kind of pull it all together. We've kind of dished it out amongst a lot of different staff. And that's why it hasn't been as large of a priority as what it needed to be or what I think it needs to be moving forward. So between the committee and a hire, I think we're going to be in a really good spot with that, as it's an important role for a trade association, not only to train for positions that, are within the industry, whether it's a truss technician or just, people starting out in the industry, understanding what it is all about, but also education for those outside of the industry that are still construction related. Think of code officials, architects, builders, engineers, those folks that don't fully understand what components can do, what their capabilities are, or the usage of them. So those are things that we can always go out and do a better job of. I see that rolling into that, that role of the education director really well. Again, webinars, even little snippets that we can put out on social media to kind of tease people into wanting to learn more. A lot of opportunities there with education. So that's one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot. Another one is our chapters. Now, we've kind of seen a reemergence of some of our chapters. We're doing a good job there. And I think we need to put a little bit more as far as staffing towards that to focus on chapters to make it easy. Now, I was a chapter president. It's a kind of burdensome role. You never know what you got going on. It's, in some chapters, you got to be the treasurer. You got to do these things. It's a lot of extra work from what it is your day to day. We're trying to make that a little bit easier as our SBCA staff. We want to have as many of those functions fulfilled as possible, to where whoever those people are in the leadership of the chapters, they can just kind of say, hey, we need a meeting. We need to talk about these things. Or, hey, do you have any ideas of what we can talk about? We've got Home Innovation Research Lab data that we review. We've got other opportunities that we can bring education in for twofold. One, to educate the chapter members on new things that are happening, but also those chapter members can take education out to those local markets and kind of that grassroots, being able to engage folks that way too. So I am a big believer that people always want to learn. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. I think that's where SBCA can get a lot of growth in the next year or so. So that's one of the things that we're going to be focused on. So that is exciting. Beyond that, just building out that support for the chapters. That's a big deal. We've got some chapter meetings happening this week. They can happen remote or in person. Also, it's fun. That's another thing to, bring into the association. Is make sure that people, when they engage, when they come out, that it is fun for them. Sometimes it's the camaraderie amongst fellow CMs. Sometimes they want to, they're not always friendly, but they can still have fun. They can joke. They can, whether it's Top Golf or some kind of an event like that, or a baseball game or a trap shoot. Those are things that we can do to try to bring people together that want to do some of those activities that you otherwise probably wouldn't be able to do. So that's a lot of it, make it educational, make it fun. That's what we're trying to do with staff. So if you're in an area that does not have a chapter and would like to start one, or like to talk about one, or see how you can join an adjacent chapter in a state nearby, definitely reach out to our staff to do that, because we would love to do that. Or if you've got a chapter, but you don't know how to get involved, or maybe it's dormant or something, we're looking for those folks as well. Some people, they're just like, it's too much work, I can't do it. And, that's where they're at based on things that happened 20 years ago. But that's one of the things that we've been changing with SBCA, making it a lot better, a lot easier to be involved, hopefully not as burdensome. And if it is, let us know, because we will fix that, because that's one of the things we want to make sure that the people that volunteer are getting the most bang for the buck, if you will, or, the time that they put in. So that's really what we've been focused on. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be an exciting time for 2024. both with our chapters. I think we're going to see some cool stuff with NFC as well, but education as well. So those are the things that we're building in. That's maybe the tip of the iceberg. I could go on and on and on, but that's for different time. Anyway, till then, peaks up, press on, have a great weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Goodbye.